So let's head back to Milo. Keepy says he was doing his own stream, then getting food. Yeah, food is always good. I'll probably end up eating really late because of the stream tonight.
Goodness.
Very good, Sylvie. Very good. You have been a tremendous help. There's something queer about these wolves, and I've only begun to fill in the pieces. So we can get a cloak, but I've already got a nice one. Or we can get some pork sausages. And since I'm a hobbit, food is always good.
Me, I need your help.
A few nights agone, we heard a great ruckus. There were wolves fighting amongst themselves at the old ruins. Nary a hobbit dared stray out of their holes at night. Soon all the racket died down, and a good number of wolves charged through the town, right down the middle of the street, if you believe it, and disappeared off to the west. My wife Linda was caught outside when the wolves came through. None of them so much as looked at her. If you go back to Budgeford and talk to Linda, she might be able to figure out what's going on. The town's just west of here. These wolves have gotten me worried about something terrible. Someone's likely to get it. Alright. Head back into town. Lost Shire Hobbit, you have a champion and a Bjorning as well, so it sounds like you've almost got a full house. On Crick Hollow, you have a burglar, a guard, a guardian, a warden, a brawler, all hobbits, and a champion and Bjorning on Treebeard. You have guardian, warden, Bjorning, and Runekeeper. So a nice selection. Right, hand in all these quests.
What do you need?
Ha! That's a hobbit-sized cloak, all right. It must have got snagged when he was running away. Don't worry about losing his trowel. We'll soon have him.
Might I have a word with you?
Never fear. My hound Veronica will track down that Black Rider with just a sniff of his cloak. She's the best hunter in the Four Farthings. Maggot can can talk up his Grip, Fang, and Wolf all he likes. Those are the name of his dogs. But I'll stake Veronica against the pack of them. You just follow Veronica wherever she leads, and she'll find that trespasser. Veronica snuffles at the cloak, sniffs the air for a moment, and then yips excitedly. She's a bit too big of a dog to do a yip, I feel. Where are you going then? Fodder you down, see how far you get. Yeah, there's a couple of quests here. We've got to take that pie back as well at some point, so I think we'll probably do all the quests that we can over here in Budgeford, and then we'll take that pie back. Are you literally just going to send me to someone's hobbit hole? Is it going to be that easy? Down, Veronica. What's gotten into you? Suspicious.
Oh, goodness.
What? What Black Rider? Me? Of all the absurd... Oh, this black cloak. Yes, I have seen it before. I sewed it. I sewed that cloak for my good-for-nothing nephew, Fogo. Little thanks for him. I got from him as well. If you want to speak with him, he's likely at the Golden Perch in Stock, cadging drinks. I wondered what that cloak was for. He acted so mysterious about it. I'll take it back, thank you very much, and you go have a word with Fogo. So he's in Stock. We'll need to go over there at some point. Veronica the oversized Chihuahua. Yeah, indeed. So, 2 more to hand in, and then take the pie by the looks of it.
How do you do?
Hello there! You could hear all the yelping and howling a mile off. Good job. Take this pack of saltpeter I made back up to Hyacinth and tell her there's plenty more where that came from. So, back to another town in the Shire.
Mercy me!
Milo told you about the wolves passing through Budgeford? I thought he might. Well, I was a short way out of town when I saw a huge wolf standing on a hilltop. It seemed to be digging in the soil of the hill with its great paws. Then it leaped down the hill and was gone. I started on my way home as fast as I could, but as I neared the edge of Budgeford, at least a dozen wolves came running right through the middle of town. I thought I was done for, but they just ran on like I wasn't there at all. I think it might have something to do with the wolf I saw on the hilltop. It was the Yale height, I'm sure of it. That's to the southeast of here, way down across Stock Road, not far from northeast of Woodhall. The wolf was standing by the 3 pillars atop the hill. You might find something there. So that's 2 things sending us over to the Yale height then. So let's take the pie back. And then that'd be one more pie
Could
ticked
I
off on our
take
list.
a moment of your time?
Oh, I see you're interested in that pie. It was baked by Holly Hornblower in Hobbiton. Usually they smell delicious, but that one smells a bit strange for some reason. Like a dirty fart. Spoiled berries. Is that why it smells a bit funny? Thank you for telling me, friend. Would you mind taking the pie back to Holly in Hobbiton? I certainly don't want a pie baked with bad berries. Her home is north of the main square in Hobbiton. Oh, and tell Holly not to work herself to death. Poor thing works day and night making those pies of hers. So, another one of the bad batch. Pick that up. Now, there is one hiding underneath that mailbox to the east. The question is, where do we cross the river? Because I'm sure there's going to be one near the bridge in Hobbiton. Now, I can cross here, because it is kind of shallow. I feel like it might be worth crossing here. It's not deep enough it's going to interrupt me, is it? I don't trust it. So there's a couple of different places that we could cross. So the shallows here is a good place to do it now. Otherwise, I think the only other place we might be able to cross is near the fishing place, which is kind of like... it's that there, just north of Bywater, which is quite a way to the west still. But since we need to be on this side of the river, take the earliest opportunity to get south of the river, and then we can just dodge the pie people. Golden Shire Teeters. What's Teeters, precious? So we might need to go round Frogwater. Might actually be worth staying on the hill. Gotta watch out for some hobbits though. And we're actually very close to a level up. Now, have I spent my level 13 trait point? I have. So there's no trait point to spend at the minute. What have we got in here? Little white crap. So there are some hobbits inside Frogmorton, so careful if you're going to run straight through there. I'm worried that if I start getting distracted too much by looking at my deeds and stuff, that I'm going to accidentally run into a hobbit right at the last minute. What's this in chat? Lost Shire Hobbit. You usually go to the fishing place in Bywater and cross the bridge there. Less chance of hobbits. Yeah, it's a nice quiet place to cross the river. John Bastian, what's your opinion on the upcoming Lord of the Rings TV series? I mean, it's early days yet. There is a hobbit down here. So obviously, for those people that haven't seen it, there has been a teaser trailer released. But there's not much to it. It's just kind of like a little bit of a voiceover narrative and a reveal of the title of the series, The Rings of Power. And not really much else. So we haven't really seen anything yet. So, I don't know. It could be interesting. Much like they did with the Lord of the Rings movies, they've kind of casted a group of relatively unknown people. I mean, I can't really remember who's in it, to be honest, off the top of my head. I know the guy that played Benjen Stark in Game of Thrones is in it. And that's probably the only person that I can remember off the top of my head. I believe... oh god, I nearly walked into another one. I believe the guy's name was Joseph Maul, if I remember correctly. I'm a useless... I remember so much useless information. Like, if you ask like who has appeared in what show, and you know, if I recognise names in credits and stuff, then I'll tend to like absorb that information and think, I've seen that name before somewhere. They've appeared in this show and this show and this show, and oh, it's that guy. And yeah, useless information. It's not good for, you know, it's not going to win you any prizes or anything, but my mind just kind of absorbs random stuff. Right, so we need to go to Hyacinth Took, who's in Tuckborough. So that's probably the best place to go next. But yeah, other than that, I mean, we'll see more. I think it's coming out in September, the show. So I'm hoping kind of as we get further into the year, maybe round about May or thereabouts, we might start getting some trailers showing off a bit of a first look at things. But they were meant to be doing some filming in New Zealand, so they should kind of get the kind of feel for it to kind of match up a lot to the movies. But it remains to kind of be seen what they're going to do story-wise. I mean, we know it's set in the Second Age, and the fact that they've called the show The Rings of Power does kind of imply that it is going to touch upon the various rings, so possibly dealing more like with the Elven rings, and maybe building up again to the war against deposing Sauron the first time round at the end of the Second Age. But yeah, we'll see. Obviously, they're on a TV show budget, so they're not going to end up doing like some massive like battles of Minas Tirith and stuff. Right, let's do this quest then, and I'll catch back up on the chat. There you are, my hero. Thank you for saving Geribert. You wouldn't believe how rattled the poor fellow was when he got here. He wolfed down the meal I prepared and had such a fantastic tale to tell.
Don't you walk off. I need to speak with you.
Don't you walk off. I've got more quests for you. You wouldn't believe Geribert's tale. It seems that hiding aboard Longo's wagon took him much further than anyone would have expected. You simply must talk to him. That poor fellow is inside my house just shaking something terrible. So what do we get? We can have a power earring, which is not really useful to me. I mean, I do use power, but it's more useful to a casting class, and even then not too much these days. Bracelet, 6 might, would definitely be useful to me. That hat is better than what I've got and gives me agility, but it is a light armour rather than heavy armour. So probably not worth picking that up. And again, the shoulders are more armour, but it's a medium armour instead of heavy. So I think I'm going to go with the bracelet. Actually, no, I can't pick it up yet. It's the end of the quest. Let's go inside. Let's go about.
Hello there.
Oh, hello again. I'm overjoyed to see you, and I really must tell you my tale. That wagon I hid aboard stopped over there on the stock road, and I sneaked off. Some big men came and carried the pipeweed away, so I followed them. Near old Odo's barn, they put the pipeweed on another wagon, and I sneaked into that one too. What a mistake! That one travelled for days and days until we finally arrived at some horrible tower. I slipped off the wagon before they unloaded it at the gates of the tower, then hid again. Soon a terrible robed man came. Some of the ruffians called him Sharky. His voice was so frightening. Even the big folk seemed scared of him. He ordered them to return here, so I hid in the wagon once more. The true irony is that once we got back to the Shire, those men spotted me and locked me up. Quite a tale, isn't it? Well, those men were scary. I think that road man is more trouble. I think the Thane should know about this. Would you mind telling him? I'm done with travelling for quite a while. So we need to talk to Thane Paladin Took. So he's inside Tookborough. Julius, hello to you as well. John Bastian, the sight of the downfall of Numenor would make something quite something to see. We'll see Celebrimbor as well, probably. I would not be surprised if we did see Celebrimbor. But it remains to be seen kind of how they tie it in. And I will be honest, my knowledge of the Second Age and what happened in what order is not reliable at best. But we'll see whether they're going to touch upon Numenor or what they do. Yeah, we could go either way. Like, my worry is that maybe if people kind of expect it to be more like the movies, that it could set them up for disappointment. I mean, given how people reacted because the Hobbit movies weren't quite the same tone as the newer ones. I mean, very much. For the first part, obviously, the Hobbit is a children's book. The Lord of the Rings is more of a grown-ups book. So there is a tonal difference, and I don't begrudge them that. But I think the other issue with the Hobbit movies is that a lot of it, there was a lot more kind of green screen stuff, and it wasn't quite as like it wasn't quite as in your face as like the Star Wars prequels. in terms of the green screen usage, but it wasn't quite as authentic as the original Lord of the Rings films. So if they do kind of that sort of stuff again with the TV show, it might rub people up the wrong way, but we'll see. So
Is there something I can do for you?
That is quite a tale you spin, Silry. Big fog in the Shire and a robed fellow with a commanding voice. These are strange days indeed. I think I shall keep an eye on that Longo Burrow and his friends among the big folk. Likely we could drive them out, but I would like to watch them for a while and perhaps learn more of this Sharky that Gerabeth saw. Perhaps in the future I will have need of you again, but for now you have my thanks and no other wishes. So we'll grab that bracelet and equip that. There's a couple more Mavens we can use in there. Is there anything else I could equip? That's light armour. That's an old one. Yes, I think that's it for now. Right, outside. So where are we going next? Another quest ring to the west. So this is handing in the saltpeter back to Hyacinth Took.
Is there something I can do for you?
Phew, the smell I could do without, but it's the cost of saltpeter I'm afraid of. Well, this will do.
Please stay a moment.
You really shouldn't have let Cam bully you into hunting those wolves for him. That's work of the sheriffs. Well, thank you for the saltpeter. Now I need some charcoal. Please go to Overhill and talk to Hart Holman. He and some other woodcutters gather timber from Bindbol Wood and sometimes cook charcoal for sale. You can find him at his home in the centre of Overhill. Mind you, don't let him bully you like Cam did. I'm sure he will and give me more quests to do. So let's just do track nearby quests again. So nearest quests. Got to go quite a few to the east again. Do we want to go east or do we want to go north? I mean, it's kind of scattered to the four winds. I'm tempted to go Waymeet and take our last bit of post up to Needlehole, since we're pretty close to Waymeet. Let's get that yarrow root. We can use that to make dyes. I can't remember whether it's yellow or gold. John Bastian says it will definitely be about a darker part of the Tolkien universe. Numenorians sacrificing their own kin, for example. Yeah, so we'll see if they... I don't know if we know for certain whether they're going to cover some of the Numenorians. But we could quite easily see kind of the Numenorians first coming across to Middle-earth and kind of how they established what became Gondor. But I can't remember like what years everything happened. But I'm sure both their the Numenorians' arrival in Middle-earth and the fall of Numenor, I believe, were both in the Second Age. But how far apart they were, I don't know off the top of my head. It's something I would have to have a look at. God damn it, I found more quest rings by accident.
Could I take a moment of your time?
Okay, so these are ones we probably should have done a little bit earlier because they're below our level, but let's do them anyway. Good day to you, young lady. Seems I'm in a spot of trouble and I wonder if you could help me. You see, I've got a couple of cooks who are waiting on eggs from my chickens, but the problem is I've gone and hurt my leg. It's nothing serious, but I can't get out there and gather the eggs them cooks need. Pardon me. Now, I don't want to disappoint them, so I was wondering if you could make the rounds and check the nests for eggs. The nests are just out in the yard. 4 or so eggs should be enough. A bit of a warning though, don't let the rooster see you gathering eggs. If he does, he'll let out a call that will get all the hens upset and worse. You're sure to be surprised that you'll drop the eggs you collected. So, accept that. So, we're going to probably have to do these as quickly as possible. And just get it done before the rooster sees us. So it should just be the one. He seems to be kind of going anti-clockwise. Or sorry, clockwise around the edge there. No net. Okay, so some of these are empty as well, which doesn't help. So if we quickly get around here before he can catch up. Oh Jesus, he's taking the shortcut. I don't know if I can get away with this. Ooh. Okay, he's going around there. I presume even when I've got the 4. Oh my god, that's only 1! I've been halfway around the entire farm, we've only found 1. Actually, there's some nests around the back here as well. There's 2. 3. Okay, so all the ones that you need are probably going to be far away from the rooster, hidden around the back of buildings and stuff. Literally. 3 of them were behind the barn. I don't know if it's the same for everyone. I assume that there's probably only certain ones that will give you eggs. And it's fixed.
Terrible. Just terrible.
Good, you found the eggs. Now, if you're still able to help, I've got more work for you. With my leg ailing me, I couldn't possibly deliver them.